I'm your host, Look23. Joining me for Vampire Girl Chapter 12. Kayla's forge sits quiet, the floor is spotless, and every surface has been wiped clean. You open the front door and sweep out the accumulated dust particles. The soot flies into the air as you look up at the sunset, the sun shooting golden beams across the beautiful slopes of the castle's outskirts. It's getting late. I should head back to the castle soon. You hear footsteps behind you. Kayla walks to the forge carrying an armful of freshly polished swords. Daison runs into his small arms clutching a toolbox and a pile of scrap leather. You're still here. I thought you'd taken off by now, Princess. I just finished up. Kayla looks around the forge, impressed by your work. Whoa, this is the cleanest this place has ever been. You've only been working here for a week, but you've got the cleaning and maintenance routine totally down. The forge looks great. I'm glad she noticed. I'll ask for a promotion. Be humble. Thank you. I'm just happy to help out. I'll look into getting you started in the basics of smithing. Thank you so much, Kayla. I promise you won't be sorry. I'm just happy to have a worker who can reach the top shelf. Hey, I can reach the top shelf, I just need the stool is all. We know, Daison. You're the best apprentice a blacksmith could ask for. But hey, don't you have a present for Princess Ari? Oh, I almost forgot. Daison runs over to the back of the forge and comes up to you holding something wrapped in a towel. He stops in front of you and holds it out proudly, his face glowing with anticipation. What is this? A present for you, Princess. It's from me. Kayla helped a little, but, well, I just open it. You unfold the towel, revealing a beautifully crafted dagger. The handle is colorfully designed. I forged it myself. I hope you like it. He's sweet. I'll tell him... No! Go away. No. It looks really cool and deadly. I love it because he made it for me. It's a good start. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I can tell you put your whole heart into the project, Daison. You squat down and he runs for a hug. You ruffle his green hair and he laughs. Kayla peeks her head outside and notices the sunset. Why don't you head back, Ari? Daison and I can close up on the forge on our own. I'll offer to help clean up. Are you sure? I don't mind staying. If you want, I can finish up putting everything away. I admire your work ethic, but no. Get out of here and see that prince of yours. You set the broom down and head out the front door, eager to get some rest. After making your way to the castle, you're surprised to find Julian and Kara aren't awaiting you in your quarters. This is the first time I've been alone in a while. I guess they're busy elsewhere in the castle. For the past week, I've worked for Kayla in the morning, studied with Calhallen at night in the library. I'm beat. I barely had a chance to see Finn, too. Maybe I should dress up for a little for dinner. I'll wear... sleek and modern. By the way, I like how... when it's something that really is supposed to enable something, I'm assuming it's going to enable exclusive dialogue. It's just a bunch of wee colorful. Nope, I guess there's things coming from. Oh, holy mother of God! So there's some coming from the left, there's some coming from the right. Pick this one. It looks like we're Romeo and Juliet, but in this course, we're Romeo actually. Simple. I spent enough diamonds on premium choices. I don't need to do it on outfits. You step into the dining room. Plates of bread, fruit, vegetables cover every open space on the table. A large prime rib sits in the center. Finn and Baron stroll in right as you do, both of them cleaned up and looking as chipper as two powerful warriors can muster. Finn tosses Baron a whole raw chicken as they walk, and Baron snatches it in midair. Harry, you're here. I was hoping you'd be able to join us. Look at all this food. What's the occasion? We haven't spent much time together this week. I wanted this dinner to be a bit special. Special? I'd call it a feast. There might be food on the table in Roxy's entire kitchen. Whatever you don't eat can go to the workers here, and eventually to Baron. Finn scoots your chair out and takes a seat across from you, his eyes never leaving yours. He sits with his chin resting on one hand, his elbow on the table. Baron lies down on the ground, gnawing at the bones from his chicken dinner. You've been keeping to yourself lately. What is it you've been doing, Kayla made me promise to keep quiet. I'll say I've been... studying with Cal Helen. I ran into Cal Helen, the keeper of the library. I've been reading about the history of your realm. Ah, Cal. He's a kind-hearted fae. He's been helping my family as long as I can remember. I'm happy to hear you've been acquainted with him. I have some news for you from the council, Ari. You mean you and your brothers? You had a meeting? Yes, a few of the other princes demanded a discussion. They wish to express their frustrations, you see. They are upset that they have not met you. They can pout all they want. They're the ones who decided on the whole 1 month per prince thing. You've got it exactly right, especially the bit about pouting. Asher and I tried to reason with them, but they insisted upon meeting with you. So in 20 days, you are able to be presented to the princes in a small ceremony. A grand revel, more or less. That said, I still believe one of the princes is trying to kill you. The ceremony is not part of the contract. I worry this is part of a larger scheme. I cannot say for sure what the risks are. Truly, it comes down to whether or not you wish to reveal yourself to all 7 princes. Well, I'm okay with it. I'll meet with them eventually. Some of the princes have no idea what kind of person I am, even though I might be their wife someday. But this sounds a little fishy, so I'm going to stay sharp and ready to fight. As will I, Ari. You have nothing to fear. Speaking of eat up, we have our nightly combat training after this. Grab your plate and load it with delicious food. Fan lash as you tuck into your dessert before anything else. After dinner, you and Finn walk out to the outskirts of the castle together. Fireflies drift under the wind. Finn tosses you a wooden practice sword. You snatch it out of the air, and your arm muscles much stronger than they used to be. The two of you square up, swords raised. Finn cocks an eyebrow. Keep your back foot flat. Knee bent. Like I told you yesterday, Ari. You swing at Finn, trying to catch him off guard as he starts his lecture. He quickly parries and returns a blow to your head. You step back and block the swing, letting the sword slide down to the ground. You two dance, circling each other. Nice try, but you'll need to be faster. That said, you've improved. Better keep your guard up then, Prince of War. Your swords clash, the sound of clattering wood traveling through the empty meadows. You continue sparring with him. You're a pretty good teacher, for a guy with a temper like a lit fuse. Have you trained anyone else? No, you're my first student. It was my father who taught me to fight. Really? I thought you and the King Lucian weren't too close. The two of you continue exchanging blows and sidestepping across the landscape as you chat. As soon as I learned my first sin, my father told me I would be a fighter. In fact, he said I'd be nothing more. He would take me out here every night before dinner to fight his commanders. Every time I hit the ground, it meant another lashing. Needless to say, I quickly learned to stay on my feet. He would toss me into fights I couldn't win, with old masters or larger apprentices. Finn, that's terrible. That's child abuse. You know that, right? There was no reason to put you through that. I'm sure you didn't deserve to be beaten and pressured and becoming the Isle of Inferno's best warrior. It didn't matter what I deserved. All that mattered was what I needed to become. I am the man I am because my father, there is no doubt about that. We're all shaped by our parents, I suppose. My father vanished. I don't even know who he is. I was raised by my mother. And... Interesting we get this choice. I guess I'll go with what my mom does. Distant with her love. Very distant. She was a single mom with a full-time job. We didn't have time for or money to share memories. As a kid, I learned to take care of myself. I had to. I learned to expect to only see my mom at night, exhausted and doing her best to show me she cared. But it always just felt like something was driving us apart. We love each other, but showing love was never something my father did. He felt love was for the weak, and he constantly reminded me that I didn't deserve it. He was confident that I would lead our army as he was, that I would never be able to fall in love. Sounds kind of like an asshole. Finn suddenly stops sparring with you. He blinks in the moonlight. Uh-oh, did I say something? Go silent. Swing your sword up, ready to continue sparring. He brings the sword down, resting his arm. That's all for today. We'll pick this up tomorrow. We should head back. It's becoming late. Oh. Okay. Finn takes your sword, and you both begin walking back to the castle. Your training ends abruptly. An hour or so later, you're walking alone through the hallway of Stonehill Castle when you hear a peculiar sound, rushing water, and a low moan. Sounds like Finn is enjoying a soak. That means he'll be walking this way any moment to get back to his room. Whatever he's doing in there sounds interesting. I'll close my door. Like, what? Okay. Oh, I'm naked and walking through the halls. Oh, she left her door open. It must mean sex. I mean, what? You enter your room and close the door. You don't want some amorous prince busting in and to seduce you. Not tonight, at least. I should get some sleep. I have another day of work with Kayla and studying with Calhallen tomorrow. You let yourself drift into a comfortable, restful sleep. Stonehill feels more like home than it ever has. The next morning, you're back at the forge, sweeping the floor. Kayla sits at her workbench, running a stone along the edge of a longsword. I think you'll start off melting down iron, Princess Ari. It's a bit dangerous, but it's a great way to learn how molten steel acts. Sounds neat. I can't wait to get started. But Kayla, can I ask you something real quick? It's not about smithing. Sure, ask away. So last night I was reading about demons with Calhallen, and I was thinking, how would someone from my world summon a demon? Like, how did my mom contact King Lucian when she made her contract? Ooh, very good question, actually. Like, it's not dealing with Crossroads Demon, which, if you guys have ever watched, Supernatural, you guys will get that reference. Good question. She must have known to draw his mark in blood. Every demon is marked with their very own unique symbol. It's on the wrist. You've seen Finn's and Asher's, right? Anybody who draws that symbol in blood will summon the demon it belongs to. Interesting. So if I draw the symbol of Finn's arm in blood, say on paper or on the ground, he'll appear no matter what. Yeah, same goes for any demon, so long as you know their mark. Why do I feel like that's going to come to where we need that in the future? Interesting. I'll ask if that means Finn is at my beck and call. Ask how my mom could have known about Lucian's symbol. Then how did my mom know to summon King Lucian, though? It's not like she could have just guessed his mark correctly. You won't find that answer in any textbook or any living person. I'm afraid my father took that secret with him when he died. It's a mystery, as far as I know. Well, maybe he just happened to have met her. Like, I mean, is that a possibility? I'm curious as all hell about this now. God damn it! Is that the same for Faye? Do you guys have marks? No. Our magic is much older. The charms we possess are unknown for the most part. I see. I guess I can't expect to learn anything. You're cut off by a loud crash in the back of the forge. What was that? That sounded like the wagon of weapons I asked Dyson to move. That kid, I swear. You and Kayla run out of the empty field behind the forge, but as you approach the scene, Kayla throws out her arms to stop you. Her face is frozen in shock. You've never seen her look so scared. She screams, and your heart drops. A large wagon carrying hundreds of swords has been toppled over, pinning Dyson to the ground. The wagon axle has snapped off, a jagged edge gutting the young Fae on his side, piercing all the way into his heart. Blood spills out of Dyson's horrific wound, his mouth dripping blood onto his cheek. Kayla sinks to his side, grasping at his pale hand. Dyson! Wake up, Dyson, please! No response. His eyes are hazy, his face emotionless. He's on the brink of death. And here I was just starting to like the kid. It must have fallen on top of him. It's my fault. I asked him to move it. Kayla jumps up and begins pacing, tears forming in her eyes. What do we do? What do we do? We need to do something. Lift the wagon off of him. We need to get this wagon moved off of him. Then we can stop the bleeding and get him to the doctor. Walk over to the wagon and lift your arms, ready to push. No, stop! Don't touch the wagon! If you move it, it will impale him further. Kayla stops and thinks. She tries to steady her heaving chest as she uses her palms to rub the tears from her cheeks. There isn't enough time. There's only one thing to do, but... What's that? Kayla looks at you, hesitating. What's she looking at me for? Permission? Order. Save Dyson. I don't care what you have to do, just do it. I can't. I'm not supposed to... It's a crime in this land. No, I'm a princess and I just ordered you to. Those words will never come out of my mouth ever again. I'm a princess. Enjoy it. Revel in it. I don't even know what to say at this point. Oh. As your future queen, I'm ordering you to save Dyson's life. Now. She runs over and kneels close to Dyson once more, her tears dropping lightly onto his listless face. She closes her eyes and gently places her hand on Dyson's forehead. What is she doing? The world around you slowly turns silent. All you hear is Dyson's weak and labored breathing. Kayla's hair begins floating slowly into the air around her, as if gravity around her body has lessened. Her open eyes, you see a glowing violet purple, or pupils replacing her usual silvery gaze. She slowly hovers her hand over Dyson's body. A beautiful stream of neon color shoots out of her hand. The colors dance around Dyson and the wagon like a river current around stubborn rocks. Suddenly the wagon starts twitching, slowly lifts itself off of Dyson. It's like watching the accident in reverse. The wagon repairs itself and returns to its position. Pieces of metal flying out of Dyson's chest to rejoin him. The large spike of wood sticking into Dyson's side pulls itself out, moving precisely into the rightful spot on the wagon. The gash on Dyson's side slowly heals itself. Like time is rewinding, the open wound seals itself up, and a torrent of blood rushes back into the Fae's small body. Suddenly Dyson gasps for air. He rises slightly, flailing around as the red-stained grass grabs aside, trying to get up. Easy! Easy, Dyson. You're safe now. You're okay. Kayla's eyes return to their normal colors. The sound of the world fades back in. She holds Dyson in her arms, hugging him while they both cry. She is magic. That's what she wanted me to approve. Why would you remind her? Shut the hell up. Congratulate her. You saved his life. That's amazing. I've never seen anything like that before. Ari, I used magic to save my apprentice's life. If anyone finds out, I'll be killed. That's the punishment for my crime. Ari, my life is now in your hands. Staring at Kayla's eyes, the burden hitting you. So I'll keep this a secret, or Kayla dies. Need a minute to absorb it. Stare at Daison, speechless. You don't have any answer for Kayla. He'll stay in the forge for now, while he recovers. We need to make sure no one else saw what happened. How should we do that, Princess? Kayla rushes over and grabs a blanket. She rests it under Daison's head and brushes his spring green hair out of his face. Daison's breathes heavily. No signs of stirring on his blank face. Kayla looks to you, fear in her eyes, as she waits for you to respond. You look back, fear in yours as well. Another secret you need to hide, or someone dies. It's fun being a princess. Which, what the hell? Okay, so hold on. We're a princess. There has to be a stipulation where if a prince asks for magic to be cast, or a princess in this case, there has to be a stipulation that says because they're voiding their own order of don't do this, that you can do it because you're being ordered to do it. There has to be a stipulation for that. So that's what I believe. That's what I hope. And I guess we'll find out. So I'm going to take a little break. I know we've got chapters 13 through 15, but my eyes are burning. It's been a very long day. And like I said, I'm fighting something off. I don't know what I'm fighting off. I just need a little bit of a break. So I do apologize, but at least we've got 2 chapters out now. Hopefully I will get the other 3 up here shortly as well. Just needed a little break to stop staring at screens, you know. Without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.